Hey everyone, it's Russell Haver with the Russell Haver Group at eXp Realty here in Las Vegas. And today another episode of Community Connection. Today we have with us Chef Jeff from Valencian Gold.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, hey, thanks for coming on today. I really appreciate it. So I see you're on the road. Tell me, I know you're a busy man, but tell me about Valencian Gold. Describe your business and kind of what you guys do.
Yeah, so Valencian Gold started as we did a fast casual Spanish restaurant. We wanted to be, a local community restaurant, and in the Southwest, in here in Las Vegas. And the pandemic happened, and then we closed, and we decided at first we were doing bagels. Remember when everyone was like baking and going nuts for baked food? So we wound up baking New York style bagels. I have family in New York, and we developed this great recipe. And we did this thing where buy a dozen bagels, we'll donate a dozen bagels. And it turned out I had people calling across the country saying, "Hey, can I buy a dozen, donate a dozen? I got a cousin who works in the police department. We donated over 100 dozen bagels," which is really cool.
Wow.
And then we got a phone call from Delivering with Dignity, which is this really great organization that, they're like, "Look, people need food. They don't have food. What can you do?" And I have a background in large quantity feeding, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So basically the question was, how much food do you need and when do you need it? And so we, since March of last year, Delivering with Dignity, which is now going to keep going for the next 3 or 4 years, I understand it.
Oh, very cool.
We've put out as a group over 550,000 meals. Out of Valencian Gold alone, we've done 85,000 meals. Wow. That's literally 85,000 people who didn't have food, who got food, who got like a bag with 3 meals in it. So we did that throughout the pandemic, and then we reopened Valencian Gold as a full-service Spanish tapas restaurant specializing in wood-fired paella, which is my background. I mean, I cooked with Jose Andres in Washington, D.C., and then I got to go cook in Spain and learn all these really cool things with all these famous chefs and all these the fun places in Spain. So it's a multifaceted business, to say the least.
Wow. So you worked with Jose Andres, huh?
I was very, very fortunate to,
wow.
When I was back at Cornell University, and I got the opportunity to work in his kitchens. And I mean, he's everything that you've heard and seen. He's larger than life and just a really good person he put me on my career path. And Valencian Gold wouldn't be what it is without, my having been worked for and influenced by Jose.
So that's amazing that you said 85,000 meals.
Yeah, 85,000 meals since March of last year. Which, I mean, we make the joke, but I've done a lot of things in this business, but I don't think I'll ever do anything more impactful than literally seeing the bags walking out the door over the course of a year, and not quite a year, and 85,000 humans being fed. That's a very big deal.
That is a huge deal. Thank you for doing that. That's amazing. I mean,
I'm very fortunate. We have really good partners between Delivering Dignity and other members of the program, Elizabeth Blau and Honey Salt Restaurant, and Mark Morone of Graffiti Bow, and the folks at the Jolt and the Coffee. There's 4 of us who are part of the program that we've done collectively over 500,000 meals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So Valencian Gold, what are some of the specialties besides the paella? What else do people really love about it?
Sure. You actually can catch us. We were just on the cooking channel. It's on the show called Food Paradise. They did this great segment on we do, live fire paella. I light it up with a gold flamethrower, Valencian Gold. You need a gold flamethrower, right?
Wow.
And they specialize in tapas and paella and cocktails, really fun cocktails. We just wanted to build this really fun environment that's Spanish influenced, but really the food's very much through the lens of an American fat kid palate. It's what I got, and it's with some really fun flavors, and it's a really good time. We have a really awesome happy hour. We call it Golden Hour at 4:00 every day.
Ooh.
And we have specialty pricing on the cocktails and the tapas, and our specialty is just putting on a good time.
Monday through Sunday happy hour, or Monday through Friday?
We are open every day except Sunday and Monday. And then, folks also ask, like, hey, how come you're not open for lunch? Well, the answer is this. We made a commitment to that Deliver and Dignity program. And so those meals go out at 11 o'clock every day. And, it's way more important to me that we are closed and supporting that program for as long as it needs supporting.
Yeah.
And, I'm happy to open at 4 o'clock and welcome folks in and enjoy our space.
So what's on the horizon for you? I mean, you're doing amazing
Yeah.
things there. I mean, what's the goals over the next year or so?
That's great. Yeah, that's a great question. I ask myself that every morning when I wake up. What's the goal today? We have some projects in the offing that I'm hoping might expand both Valencian Gold and some other concepts that we're doing.
Mhm.
Other than that, obviously I want to keep pushing with Valencian Gold. Every day we look at the menu and woe be unto my poor cooks when I'm bored and I go, hey guys, let's try this today. And we're always, the menu changes seasonally, the cocktails change seasonally. We just dropped our spring menu. And it's a really fun menu, great cocktails. We do everything we do is based on the classic cocktails. So if it's a zombie or if it's a Manhattan, but it is somehow through the lens and the stories that I learned about in Spain when I have family over there. And so it's this, it's everything is kind of linked back to that experience.
Wow. So what's the best way for people to reach you? Like, can they find you on social media channels? I mean, what's the best way to contact you guys?
We're really active. We have our at Valencian Gold is our Twitter, our Instagram. We're on Facebook. You can make reservations through Realty. You can just go right onto our Instagram page or our website, valenciangold.com, and you can make, reservations. We're also on TikTok, which I am happy to say we actually get a lot of folks really like our TikTok, and it's I think you can find us on there as well.
That's awesome. What about what part of town do you live in?
You could probably throw a rock out the back door of the restaurant and almost hit my house. I live in the Southwest, not even 2 minutes from the restaurant. I'm a local, the whole thing. Yeah.
Awesome. So we have people coming here from all over the world, right? So what do you love about living in the Southwest? Like, what are some of the things that surprise you and that you enjoy?
Yeah, the Southwest, I think, is one of the most explosive and budding markets.
Yep.
In Las Vegas. I mean, you would know better than me, but I mean, you can't throw a rock down the street without it bouncing off of 5 construction projects.
Yep.
The food scene is really great. I mean, there's pretty much every vernacular of Asian cuisine I think you can find here. And then you find gems like, our restaurant or a couple really fun Italian restaurants. And, Mark Marone has this phenomenal restaurant, Graffiti Bao, which is right over off Buffalo. And there's just some real gems of food and dining and so much. It's a fun little corner of Vegas.
Yep. Southwest. We're in Southern Highlands myself. And
Southern Highlands, phenomenal.
Yep. And when we moved here in 2015, we were like, this is where we're going to stay long-term. It's going to blow up. And it has. It's amazing. And it has amazing restaurants like yourself. You have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of 5-star reviews across all the different platforms. That's really amazing.
We're pretty fortunate. Yeah. I tell my guys most of the time at pre-shift, we're not going to be perfect all the time. Something's going to go sideways. It happens all the time. It's the restaurant business. The question is, what do we do to recover that experience, and what do we do to make the guest, happy and glad that they came to us and willing to come again? And at the end of the day, if we're making people happy, that's what hospitality is giving them a good time. And that's really what Valencian Gold and that space is all about. It's just a really fun space to be in and enjoy a meal.
Awesome. Is there anything else exciting you want to share with everyone before we head out?
Well, if anyone wants to volunteer for Delivering with Dignity, you can hit them up as well, because that's, there's nothing, I gotta tell you, there's nothing more impactful. Like when volunteers, in the beginning of the pandemic, when it was hard for drivers to get out, we would drive the meals, and there's nothing more impactful than putting that bag of food in someone's hand and them saying, understanding exactly what that means. I would say, I don't know if exciting is the word, but definitely, if you could give your time, that's one great way to do it. So please consider that. And come visit us at Valencian Gold. Have a cocktail, have some tapas.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much. I know you're.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for coming on today, Chef Jeff. We wish you all the success, continued success that you're having. So have yourself a wonderful day, and everyone, see you on the next episode. Take care.